Aristotle, the philosopher who cataloged the world. In 367 BC, a young man named Aristotle walked through the bronze gates of the Academy in Athens. It was founded by Plato, the greatest living mind of the era, and for 20 years, Aristotle, brilliant, tireless, and insatiably curious, was his most dedicated student. Plato taught the doctrine of forms, that the real world wasn't what we saw, but an invisible, perfect realm of pure ideas. The chair you sat on was merely a shadow of the perfect, eternal form of Charis. Aristotle respected his master deeply, but he could never quite shake the feeling that the truth was right here, in the dirt, the feathers, and the flickering flame. This disagreement, played out over decades, crystallized into one of history's most powerful philosophical shifts. As the story goes, Aristotle once said, "Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth." The call of the sea. When Plato died, Aristotle left Athens. For several years, he traveled the coasts, most notably in Assos and the island of Lesbos. It was here, gazing out at the Aegean Sea, that his unique genius truly took root. Aristotle realized that to understand the perfect, you didn't need to look up to the forms. You needed to look closely at the tangible world around you. He became the world's first serious field biologist. He hired local fishermen to bring him strange creatures from the deep. He dissected, measured, and cataloged. He was the first to realize that dolphins were not fish, but mammals that breathed air. He documented the reproductive cycles of sharks and the anatomy of squid. He started organizing all life into a rigorous system that we now recognize as taxonomy. He wasn't just observing, he was building a system, a method. He believed that every subject, from politics to poetry, from logic to biology, must be studied on its own terms, through observation, classification, and reasoning. The tutor of the world conqueror, Aristotle's reputation spread quickly. In Macedon, King Philip II, recognizing a mind capable of forging a future ruler, summoned him to tutor his young son, Alexander. For 3 years, Aristotle taught the boy who would become Alexander the Great everything from rhetoric and ethics to science and geography. He gifted Alexander a copy of Homer's Iliad, annotated with his own notes. Aristotle taught Alexander to analyze, to question, and to organize the world in his mind. Alexander, in turn, ensured that his former tutor's work could continue, later sending back exotic specimens from his massive military campaigns to fuel Aristotle's studies. In 335 BC, Aristotle returned to Athens to establish his own school, the Lyceum. He didn't lecture from a static chair like Plato, he walked. His students, the Peripatetics, meaning those who walk about, strolled with him through the shaded garden paths as they discussed metaphysics and politics. The Lyceum became a massive research institution, accumulating one of the ancient world's most impressive libraries. This walking school epitomized his philosophy. Knowledge was not a divine revelation. It was a journey, a continuous, reasoned exploration of the world, one step and one observation at a time. When the great empires crumbled and the cities of Greece fell into decline, Aristotle's detailed notes, his foundational work in logic, physics, biology, and ethics, endured. He didn't just write philosophy, he invented the disciplines we now call science. Every time a scientist classifies a species, every time a student applies logical reasoning, they are walking the path paved by the man who preferred observing a fish in the sea to contemplating a perfect form in the sky. His legacy lives on,